Welcome to my channel, you guys. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much. So first you want to chop your onions. So what you want to do next is go ahead and crush 3 cloves of garlic. That way when you crushed it, all you got to do is go ahead and just take the skin right off. It comes right off. So what you want to go ahead and do is just chop up your garlic in pieces like so. Then once you do that, you got all your chopped up ingredients here that you need. I usually put some garlic, some ginger rather, but I just cut it in a few pieces. So you're gonna go ahead and just cut the ginger in about 2 pieces. You don't really want to cut it too small because then it gets caught up in, you know, the meat that you're eating. So once you do that, we're good to go. We're just gonna go ahead and add this to our cow's feet. Once you chop all of these, you just go ahead and just add it to your cow's feet. Okay. Then we're gonna add our seasoning afterwards. Okay, so you wanna go ahead and add some garlic powder. I usually do roughly about a teaspoon. I like garlic, so I try to use as much garlic as possible, and it's good for you anyway, so can't go wrong with garlic. So again, I'm gonna go with some garlic black pepper seasoning, and this is the All Island Spice brand. You want to go ahead and add about, I'm gonna say about a half a teaspoon. Okay. Once you're done with that, you want to go ahead and add some Goya salad and vegetable seasoning. I use this in my house almost every day. Okay, you want to add a pack of this. I may add a pack and a half or 2 packs because it doesn't have a lot of salt. We'll go ahead with 2 packs. That's the Goya salad and vegetable seasoning. And if you do want to go out and, you know, purchase this, if you're interested, I'll show you how the box is. And this is the box it comes in. Once you add that, you want to go ahead and add some allspice. Jamaica, they call this pimento seeds. It's allspice. Just a few, just for the flavor. Put that down. Okay. And you want to add some crushed Scotch bonnet pepper, and this is the Spur Tree Jamaican brand. That's crushed Scotch bonnet pepper sauce. I usually buy the peppers, but for some reason they're not as hot as this, so I just go ahead and purchase this instead. I'm gonna put about a teaspoon of this. I don't want to put too much because it's hot. Okay, we want to go ahead and add some Grace browning. We need about I would say about a teaspoon. You don't want to make it too dark. It's probably a teaspoon and a half, but got away. Okay, once you do that, you're gonna go ahead and just, you know, mix everything together, and then it should start looking like so. I try not to put too much seasoning on my meat because at the end of the day, all that seasoning is not really good for you. So I try to limit my seasoning as much as I can. I use scallions a lot more than onions because onions always make me cry for some reason. But I don't have any scallions right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and use some onions. And it should work just the same. Okay, so once you got everything all stirred up, I know I'm using the knife, but it works just the same as a spoon or fork. It doesn't matter. Just be careful not to, you know, hurt yourself. Once you do that, you know, it should look like so. And then once you get that all incorporated rather, you're gonna go ahead and cover that up for about half an hour. Okay, so after, you know, you have your meat marinate for about half an hour, you wanna go ahead and put a pot on the stove. Put about a teaspoon of vegetable oil. Once you do that, you're just gonna let it hot for about 5 minutes, and then you're just gonna go ahead and throw everything in the pot. Okay. Once you do that, just gonna go ahead and cover this and let it simmer. You're gonna keep stir frying it for about 5 to 10 minutes, just to give it some extra color. Okay? So once you cover it and open it after about a minute or two, you wanna just go ahead and, you know, stir it up. I think I opened it a little bit too early. You just want to stir it, make sure everything browns a little. Okay. You just go ahead and cover it again and then come back to it and stir it up. You're going to stir it about 2 to 3 times until it's fully brown, and I'll show you how that looks in a few. This is actually my second round. I just added some paprika just to give it a little bit more color, and then my third round, it should be a lot darker than it is right now. Okay, so this is still my second round. I just stirred it. Well, you want to make sure you have a pot holder because the pot is hot. You just stir it around. I'm just going to go ahead and stir it a little bit more. And then cover this. And then my third round, as I said before, it should be a lot darker. Okay, so as you can see, it got a lot darker. I don't need it any more darker than it is right now because I could get it a little darker. but I'm just gonna go with this color for now. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add some hot water to my kettle. Just make sure all the pieces are covered. And you can tell the water is hot because it's boiling. Okay, so once you do that, you're gonna cover that and let it cook for roughly half an hour. And just make sure you double check, make sure the water doesn't boil out completely. Gonna have to do this about 2 or 3 times depending on how fast the meat cooks. If you have a pressure cooker, it will be a lot simpler, probably 15 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes, but I don't have a pressure cooker, so I'm gonna go ahead and use my handy dandy old pot. And yeah, so about, it should cook within the hour and a half. Okay, once you get your consistency for the cow's feet, the texture that you want it to be at, rather, what I usually do is go ahead and make some spinners, as Jamaican people call it. So it's dough, it's just dough with water. And once you get it to this consistency right here, not too soft, not too hard, in between, what you're gonna do is gonna take off a small piece like so, and you're just gonna go ahead and rub it in your hands like this, and it should look like that. And just keep making that. I'm just gonna keep doing that until all the dough is gone. And then once all the dough looks like this, you're just gonna go ahead and put it in the pot, and I'm gonna show you how to go ahead and do that. Okay, so once you roll all the dough out, you want to go ahead and get it in your pot. Like so. And it has like a little flour in it, but once it starts to boil, it's fine. That was just to keep them from sticking together. Just gonna go ahead and just put them in there like that. And just cover it up. I'm gonna let that boil for like 5 minutes. Shouldn't take that long to cook. Just cover it up and come right back. In about 5 minutes, just double check, make sure nothing is sticking to the bottom. Okay, so that's it. That's how it should look once it starts boiling up with the dumplings inside. You're gonna let that boil about 5 to 10 minutes. And then we're gonna get our beans together. Okay, so this is how it should look after you boil the dumplings. You can see it's really boiling at this point. So I'm gonna go ahead and add one of my favorite beans. Has some red kidney beans by Goya, and it has olive oil, bell peppers, tomatoes, and other ingredients. It's really good. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that in there and come right back. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and add my can of kidney beans. one thing with this, it has seasoning already, so you gotta be careful how you season your meat before you use it. I'm just gonna go ahead and stir everything up. And immediately you can see it got thicker. You don't need to boil this for too long after because the beans are already cooked. You don't want to cook them too much. Once you have your consistency for the cow's feet, then you're good to go. I keep saying consistency, the texture. As soon as you get to the texture you want it to be, then you're good to go. My texture, I don't like it too soft, so I try not to cook it, like overcook it too much. But it's at the perfect texture that I want it to be. You're just gonna go ahead and, you know, let that boil down for about another 5 minutes or so. Just keep in mind not to boil the peas or beans too much. I'm just gonna get this sauce a little thicker, and then we should be good to go. So this right here is the finished product. As you can see, the beans, the dumplings, delicious. I am surely gonna enjoy this. And I added some rice, and I'll put some vegetables on the side. But that's your finished touch right here.
Switch to DJ. It's driving.
How was the meal, Mia?
Very good.
Thumbs up, right?
Thumbs up.
All right. You heard her.